Blackenby Stadium in Canton, New York, the site of the outdoor version of Track and Field Nationals in 2015, featuring 21 North Central College athletes. Day 1 begins with the pole vault, and it'll actually end with the pole vault too. But ladies first, Liz Composto searching for her first All-American label for outdoor. But remember this woman, Simran Verdi, the favorite from MIT. She makes everything difficult for everyone else in the process of making the pole vault look easy. Composto making things look easy too, especially on her early heights. This one about 11 feet 9.5 inches, then her best height on the day, 12 feet 3.5 inches. Ebony Stalwart likes what she sees. But with the bar at 12 feet 5.5 inches, Composto hits a roadblock, and her day ends with an 8th place finish, but it's her first outdoor All-American in her final meet as a Cardinal. Verdi, no surprise, edging out Marissa Kelsey of Westminster with her height of 13 feet 7.25 inches to take the outdoor championship, following up on her indoor title from March.
It's a better accomplishment than every other outdoor competition. I can't say that I'm disappointed in that. You always want more. 4 years of doing this sport, you still want more. So I'm happy. It's been such a great experience the past 4 years. I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm gonna tear up in a second, but it's been really a privilege, and I couldn't be more grateful for my coaches and for the opportunity, staying healthy for 4 years and competing as best I could and having this career. It means a lot to me to walk away with. Obviously the hardware is one thing, but just the experiences have been great.
We've called them underrated on the Cardinal Report for some time. Would that opinion hold through for the 4x100 team? Right person starting things off, Madison Renfro gets a good jump, and the junior hands off to Miranda Rohr. Wisconsin lacrosse, the defending champions, in good shape as Maggie Slatter approaches Claire Gordy, but Sade Gant gets a cleaner exchange from Brittany Olsen, and the race is on. In the home stretch, the Cardinals finish a solid 4th in the prelim at 46.79 seconds. Wisconsin lacrosse wins the heat at 46.46 seconds. Regardless, NCC qualifies for Saturday's championship. Poor Aaron Saban, all by his lonesome for the 1500, while St. Olaf was the opposite, with 7 runners in the prelim. The Sedmeister sits in 6th in this heat with 400 meters left, but Charlie Marquardt of Haverford eventually starts to pull ahead, with Sabat making a move to 4th in the heat. Marquardt wins at 3 minutes 53.40 seconds, Sabat in 7th, 3 minutes 54.64 seconds. That'll get the job done. He qualifies for Saturday. So Sabat was alone. Derek Nelson needs a friend too. He's on his own as well in the 400-meter hurdles. In lane 5 to start this thing, but he falls behind by crunch time despite an outstanding effort, and finishes 15th with a preliminary time of 54.25 seconds. Luke Campbell of Salisbury to enjoy a steak after his first place finish of 51.27 seconds. Nelson's solid NCC career comes to a close. More prelims, the 3K steeplechase featuring Ken Hoffman and Ryan Root. Halfway through Heat 2, Andrew Benkovsky from Olivet approaches the pool first. With Hoffman trailing behind in 3rd and Root a bit further back in 6th, Whitewater's Dawson Miller moves ahead into 1st with 3 laps left. Hoffman just behind in 2nd and Root now in 4th. In the bell lap, Hoffman is 4th with Root in 5th and Miller still in the lead. And that's where they finish the heat, with Hoffman qualifying 7th and Root at 9th. Miller's first place finish came in at 9 minutes 10.41 seconds. Megan Costanzo facing high expectations. She's broken her personal best so often this season that she'd do it again in the pressure cooker that is Outdoor Nationals. This is a long race, a very long race, 25 laps in fact. So Costanzo takes it easy to begin, with Adrian Walsh of Middlebury leading the pack in lap 10, with Costanzo in 6th. By the 17th lap, Costanzo is neck and neck with Sarah Masatavi of Claremont-Mudd to move up to 3rd. And as she slowly starts to slip away from her, the 4x100 meter relay team comes into view, pushing Costanzo ahead, and it helps. She stays in 3rd behind Johns Hopkins runner Frances Loeb, but check out this extra gear from Cornell's Abra Masterson, bursting past Loeb for the first place finish at 35 minutes 33.67 seconds. Costanzo, with a burst of her own, beats that personal best time again by 10 seconds this time, a time of 35 minutes 55.16 seconds, and her first All-American award. The women sit in 10th after day 1.
I
I just kept staying, hanging, being patient, and as the top crew moved, I tried to like just sneak my way out with them and stick in there and keep fighting for it, and towards the end I just kept on fighting, trying to hold on. I gauged my energy well, and it was a great build into a race for me because I got to just fight towards the finish and finish strong. I remember sitting cross-training with my stress fracture and after fall, just swimming and saying, I want to be an All-American this year, and it finally happened, so it's a great feeling.
You know, everybody's feeling confident, everybody's looking strong, we're all healthy. I'm so excited to see what everybody can do. We've had a great start today, this weather's been great, just endurance the rest of the weekend, and it should be solid.
Just goes to show how much Coach Carey and Coach Mahesh, all our coaches, we have a great program, and it's beginning to come together how deep of a program we are. We aren't one group, we aren't one athlete. We have a wide range of different events and more girls back at home working their way up to get here, and I think that's just a really great feeling, and I think we're going to do really well in the next couple of days and hopefully make our team proud.
Yeah, I know we just ran for half an hour, but hang with me because we've got another half hour in the men's 10K. Travis Morrison, Zach Plank, and Kevin McMahon are your runners. No surprise to see, 5 laps in, they're running like a flock of birds. And similarly, they are all flying toward the same goal. Morrison is in there somewhere, I think, but eventually they separate, with Morrison turning up in 5th place. I can see him now. Lap 14, and he starts to make a serious push, all the way to 2nd, just behind Wisconsin Platteville's Ian Lemaire. But then fades back again behind Charlton's Horner Hart, who would finish 3rd. And Lemaire, with the all-too-necessary end-of-race burst, just edges out Bijan Mazahiri of Williams and takes 1st at 30 minutes 45.15 seconds. Mazahiri, 0.158, so close. Morrison earns 6th at 31 minutes 1.03 seconds. McMahon took 11th and Plank 19th. And finally, the day closes out with the men's pole vault, and boy did they save the best for last. This will turn out to be quite a show. Luke Winder won this thing at Indoor Nationals. He'd like to do it again. Spencer LaHaye, a stout talent for the Cardinals in his own right, also looking to make strides. LaHaye's best height is 15 feet 6.5 inches, good enough for 17th in a star-studded field. Winder skipped most of the early heights, but hits here on his 2nd, pretty much just warm-ups for him. 16 feet 6.5 inches. Andrew Bartnett of Johns Hopkins gave Winder a run for his money at Indoor Nationals, and he'll do it again here, keeping pace. Messiah's Tim Moses also gave Winder a run for his money at Indoors. And with a height of 16 feet 10.25 inches, he'll do it again. But once more, it comes down to Bartnett and Winder. It seemed inevitable that Bartnett would take it away from Winder, first clearing a bar that Winder passed on at 17 feet 2.25 inches, and then he clears 17 feet 4.25 inches, also on his first try. So after Winder missed on his first try, he passes up to move to 17 feet 6.25 inches. On his final attempt, in a must-clear moment, he clinches the win emphatically, to say the least. North Central's 10th National Pole Vault Championship and Winder's 2nd, capping off an asinine freshman year and a riveting day 1 in which the men finished the day 2nd.
Passing a bar, so if like somebody makes it, then you're not going to want to jump at that bar because they've already made it, so you get them pass to the next. And it came down to that, I think, 2 or 3 times, and I seriously just can't put into words how I just had to really form myself into the process and really just trust in that. And as long as I did that, I knew I was going to be fine, but it was going to, it takes a lot of effort to do that. You know, it takes a lot to be able to really just dedicate yourself to that process and not lose your mind. And, you know, you can't go out there and get nervous and think, oh, what if I miss it? Because if you think that, then you're not going to make it. And I went out there and I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do after I make this bar? And, you know, I knew I had it in me, and I knew that if I just stayed listening to my dad and stayed in the process and trusting in God, then everything was going to be okay. I'm beyond blessed. You know, I went out there and I knew it was going to be a battle, and it is every single year with them. Those guys are they're really good jumpers, and I knew that I was going to have to come out here and jump a big bar, but I knew I had it in me, you know, and I've never really been in such a pressure situation, and what better fitting than to be at the national meet and having 2 third attempt clearances, and I'm just beyond blessed, and God's given me so much this year to be able to handle, and my dad has just given me so much and helped me so much to be who I am, and having Spencer here obviously was such a blessing, and I'm just so happy to be able to be here and have won the championship.